Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another reading of the blog. Today's title, Addicted to Living in Perpetual Fear and Stupidity? Not aware of your part of the problem? There's a scene in the movie Blade Runner that goes something like this. Quite an experience to live in fear, isn't it? That's what it is to be a slave. Why do people accept fear and stupidity? Why do they accept this ridiculous environment? Why do they perpetuate this? Why is it most people won't confront these questions until it's life or death? Why? Because people are unaware, especially people isolated and disconnected from each other. Because people are traumatized repeatedly. Because people are afraid. Because people are oblivious to or don't trust their own senses. Because people are proud. Hidden behind egos, titles, certificates, and honors is a great deal of inequities. Because people believe that there are no alternatives. It's the only game in town. To walk around in the world naked, alone, fearful, hungry, tired, wounded would be a very vulnerable and lowly existence. Unfortunately, that's what nearly every person has been taught and trained to do. It affects everyone. It's like water to fish. Did you notice? Naked, people have little to no intellectual self-defense. Alone, they aren't familiar with working in harmony with others. Fearful, they are ceaselessly reminded of dangers, and that's the predominant conversations. Hungry, the things they really need the most are rarely satisfied. Tired, most aren't getting enough sleep and participate in low energy activities. Wounded, this is the untreated trauma that only grows more influential in their life over time. It's sad to admit, but they are slaves to a system that enhances and exploits their weaknesses. And more than likely, the they includes both you and I. These are the results of the institutions of society and their core functions. If you are in doubt, read up on John Taylor Gatto. You can check out my previous blog. It's a society that would be better named the anti-culture culture. It is the useful remnants and knowledge of all the cultures that is destroyed and dismembered over the centuries that serves the purposes that it was initiated with. I'm in doubt that anyone really knows at this point what those are. When the Native Americans encountered civilized society, they described it as a disease of the mind, a disease of perception. There are a number of different words. The Algonquins used the word wetiko, a blindness to blindness. For many years, I suffered with being able to simply describe it. I went down that rabbit hole. And then subsequently to describe it well enough to communicate it to others. That's a struggle that continues to this day, but I am not alone and I am not deterred. As troubling as this is, there is good news. This is a system built as a hierarchy, a weak model of organization. What is encouraged to grow at the bottom of a hierarchy eventually gets to the top. A system based on people being trained to be fearful and stupid means that eventually even the top will be fearful and stupid. Its demise will follow eventually. For those of you that would prefer to move on to a better alternative, there's good news there as well. What is it that aids people to develop an intellectual self-defense, that helps them alleviate their fear, especially irrational fears, that lends them a hand in identifying what is most important to them, that demonstrates a way to successfully work together with others peacefully, that provides a restful environment to restore themselves and their energy, that provides answers that will heal their wounds once and for all. And most important of all, is there a place that sees the infinite potential in people and in helping them develop it recognizes they are developing an asset for everyone else in the community to benefit from? Well, if it was as simple as a pill, I'm sure we'd have people taking them, but it isn't. It is a choice. It's a choice that will take time, discipline, and effort. For those who are willing, they will see results. If they can work well with others, it will come faster. But be confident that there are people in this world striving for a better existence beyond fear and stupidity, an enlightened society. If that sparks your interest, there is a path for you with trustworthy people along the way to assist you. Thank you so much for listening. I wish you well. Take care.